All right, we're going to talk about solving logarithmic equations. To solve most logarithmic equations, you're going to isolate the logarithmic expression. So the expression with the log, make sure there is only one log. Okay, so you can't have more than one on each side. You may need to condense, rewrite in exponential form. So we're going to do that drop and swap, solve for the variable. Okay, so on this first one, we have one log. Okay, we've isolated it by itself, so now we're ready to use the drop and swap. So our base is 5. Then we're going to swap the x and the y. So the 2 goes here, and that's going to equal x plus 1. So drop and swap. Okay, 5 squared is 25. X plus 1. We're going to subtract 1 from both sides. 24 equals x. Now we can take this, and you should check it for extraneous solutions. Plug it back in. So that would give me log of 5 to the 24 plus 1, which is 25, equals 2. Now you can do this without a calculator because we know of the base, and I can make this here have 5 to the square. Then we know if these two are the same, this is a 2. Then this just drops, and so 2 equals 2. You can also put it in your calculator using the base method. So you're going to hit math, and then you can hit alpha A, and that brings the log base up, or you can scroll down to A. And so here, if we put that 5 in there, and then we put 25 in here, we get 2. So it checks out. So always check it and see how you can do. Okay, here, so we need to move this 2 to isolate. This is the log part. Remember, ln is log base e. So we're going to divide both sides by 2. That gives me ln 3x equals 9. Okay, so remember, ln is log base e, 3x equals 9. Okay, so you're going to have here e to the 9 equals 3x. I don't know why I do non-cursive e and then cursive. Okay, so I need to get x by itself because remember we drop and swap. So we're going to divide by 3. So x is going to equal, we'll go to our calculator, and we're going to put e to the 9th. So e is here above ln, so we're going to hit second e to the 9th, move over, and then divide that by 3, and that's going to give me 207.1.028. And we'll tell you what to round to, but 2701.028. Now if you go to check this, if we use our calculator to check this, you're going to want to bring, if you round this, realize it's going to be rounded. So if you were to put that back in, 2 ln 3, and then if you were to use your rounded number, 2701.028, it's going to give you approximately 18. See how it has a little bit more? That's because this is rounded. So when you round a number, it gets larger. So realize that it's not going to give you an exact unless you pull in the previous answer. So, but it should be close to that because we rounded. Okay? All right, just a quick reminder about those rounding rules. Okay, so here we have one log. We have to get it by itself. So we're going to, you may need to circle it to remind what you need to get by itself. So we're going to subtract 1. So that's going to give me 2 log of 7 negative 2x minus 8 equals 4. And then I'm going to divide by 2. I get log, because the 2's cancels here, 7 negative 2x minus 8 equals 2. Okay, so I have one log, the log expression's by itself. Now I'm ready to do the drop and swap. So I'm going to have 7 squared equals negative 2x minus 8. 7 squared is 49. I'm going to add 8. Ran out of room. So that's going to give me 57 equals negative 2x. Divide by negative 2. And negative 28.5 equals x. Again, I can plug this in, and I'm going to check that answer. Okay? So let's go to our calculator and plug that back in. So we're going to have 2 log, oh, wait a minute, we're going to do 2 math, alpha math, and then you're going to have 7, and then negative 2 times negative 28.5, because that's what we had there, and then minus 8, close parentheses, forgot it had that one in there, and then we're going to do plus 1, and we get 5. So it checks out. Now you're going to want to check it because you may get an extraneous solution, which is a solution you get, but it's not a real solution. Okay, here, just like exponents, if your bases are the same, you can drop the base and keep the exponents because these are considered the exponents. So you just get 3x plus 1 equals x squared plus 1. So here, notice we have a square. And if you remember when we have an equation, we have a square from quadratics, you have to set it equal to 0 to solve and then factor. Yes, I'm using that word, factor. So we're going to subtract 3x and subtract 1. 0 equals x squared minus 3x. Notice I moved it to the left because I want to keep my x squared positive. I can take out a GCF here of x, and I have x minus 3. So here, x is going to equal 0, and then x minus 3, if I add 3 to both sides, x equals 3. Okay? So I'll let you plug those in. That would be log of 1, and then 0 log of 1, so that would equal, and then 9 plus 1 is 10, and then 9 plus 1 is 10. And then you could check it in your calculator. Okay, so this next one, notice there's 2 logs on here, so we're going to use the properties of logs to condense this. So we have log base 9, and then since it's a minus, that will give me x over x minus a, because remember subtraction is division, like in your exponents, equals 1. Okay, so we're going to drop and swap. 9 to the 1 equals x over x minus 8. Okay, so we got to solve for x. We're going to have to get this x minus 8 off the bottom by multiplying both sides by x minus 8. 9 to the 1 is just 9, so we're going to distribute that, and we get 9x minus 72. That cancels, equals x. We can subtract 9x from both sides. You get negative 72 equals negative 8x. Divide by negative 8. So 9 equals x. Again, I can plug that back in and check it out. All right, here, remember ln is just log base e, so the properties are the same for these. So we're going to condense this to 1 ln on each side. So since it's a plus, that would give me 2x minus 3 times x plus 4 equals ln 2x squared plus 11. Okay, bases are the same, so we drop the base and just keep the exponents. So I have 2x minus 3 times x plus 4 equals 2x squared plus 11. What do you think I have to do here? That's exactly right. I'm going to have to simplify those by distributing. So I'm going to get 2x squared plus 8x minus 3x minus 12. And you thought we were done. This is what I love about math, is it just continually builds so we can see what you still understand and maybe don't understand, and then you can show yourself what you've mastered. So it's really nice. Okay, combine those last like terms, so we get 2x squared plus 5x minus 12 equals 2x squared plus 11. Okay, since we have an x squared, we're going to want to get it equal to 0. But in this case, you will notice that when we move the x squared, it goes away. So it's really nice. You don't have to factor on this one. That's going to leave you 5x minus 12 equals 11. We're going to add 12 to both sides. So 5x equals 23. Divide by 5. And x equals 23 over 5. And then when I plug that in, it is a solution and it checks out. So make sure you're doing your assignment. If you have any questions, please reach out. Check Plan Book for your assignment. And thanks, guys.